Hey, look at that. We're live. All right. We're live, live, live. Hey, I have a little special guest with me today. You want to meet my little special guest? This is Sam. Sam, say hi. So many of you have been following Sam a little bit when we were getting ready to pick him up, and now he's home. And there's Sam. He's 9 weeks old. Hey, buddy. Here's Sam. We're going to use Sam and exploit Sam on Facebook to get more people to watch. Just kidding, buddy. This is Sam. He's a bundle of energy. I was going to say he's also a bundle of joy, but also a bundle of energy. So this is Sam, everybody. Say hi to Sam. We love Sam. People love Sam. So if you share this post, other people can get to know Sam too. So say bye, Sam. We got to get busy here. Say bye-bye. Oh, dear Sam, he's a little thing. He's a cavapoo. Aren't you a cavapoo? And he likes to poo. All right, buddy, get out. There you go. Go play it. Find a toy or something, okay? Good boy. All right. Hey, there you go. There's Sam. Here we are at swimforrecovery.com. Today, we get to share Jordan's story with you. And right now, we are 4 days in, 266 lengths in the pool. And just been awesome. Awesome. We've been able to raise around $1,800 or so. So that's been really cool. Thank you so much. So swimforrecovery.com. For those that don't know, if you're just tuning in and saying, hey, what is this thing about Rob's posting about today? Is all about awareness around addiction, because this is National Awareness Month. So I decided to swim a mile a day and post one recovery story a day and just talk some statistics, talk about addiction recovery and all those amazing things. So I found sobriety 21 years ago. And the cool thing is all these stories, we have someone that has a year, 2 years, 6 years, 21 years, 40 years. I mean, it's all over the board. And here's the one thing to remember, okay? One, I like coffee. So if you want to send me some coffee, let me know. Love coffee. But, addiction is everywhere, but so is recovery. People forget that sometimes. They go, man, addiction's all over the place and all these things. I want to encourage you, so is recovery. So while we're going through these stories and while I'm talking through this whole thing, feel free to just post comments and ask questions. Right? Ask questions during this and say, hey, how do I break free from this? I'm really struggling with this. If you want to put yourself out there on those, there's several groups. Like right now we're going live on Facebook, on YouTube. I stopped the Twitter thing because I don't really do anything on Twitter. So it's kind of pointless in a sense, because StreamYard, I can use 8 channels. So we're using multiple Facebook pages, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So thanks. I just want to encourage you. Just want to say thank you for watching today, observing, and whether you're watching the replay. I know it's Labor Day weekend, and so many people are probably out running around having a great, awesome time, which is cool. And one thing just to let you know is that the Addiction Intervention book, my recent book I published, which has been pretty awesome and exciting, is half off this weekend. So if you go to addictioninterventionbook.com or you just go to Amazon, you can grab yourself a copy half off this week. That helps to support the ministry and everything that we're doing over here as well. So, hey, look at Mom and Dad are on. What's up, Mom and Dad? 2 of my biggest fans there. Woo. And you know what? I was thinking about this recently. We'll get to Jordan's story in a minute, but a couple, I don't know. I have to write the date down, but like 5 days ago, I pulled out my prison box and I was going through all my letters, and it was just amazing reading all the support I received when I was away. And so Mom and Dad, publicly, I want to say thank you so much. I mean, you supported me through so many seasons of my life, and you all deserve a shout out. Thank you. I mean, you talk about unconditional love. That's my mom and dad. So and for those who know my story, I put them through some hell. And as I was reading through my kind of prison box, if you will, all the letters and support, encouragement, all those things. And, and that's why I'm sharing these stories of Swim for Recovery. I had a big, huge breakdown when I was reading through all these letters, just the love and support. But really, my biggest breakdown was that I missed my Aunt Carol's funeral. And she was like my second mom. She helped get me in the rooms of recovery. My Aunt Carol, God rest her soul, she swooped me up when I finally reached out for help. And she was a humongous part in my early recovery. So aunts, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, loved ones, y'all can be integral in our recovery as well. And I'm just so thankful for my Aunt Carol. But man, I was weeping in my office a couple nights, like 4 or 5 nights ago when I was reading through my that, and just so sad and so grateful that all of my cousins, it's like all of my cousins that on my mom's side, they just wrote me letters because it was it was their mom that passed away, and they loved her and they know how much she loved me. And so anyway, I just want to say thanks to that for all you people. I've been reaching out to people left and right, just leaving messages and making phone calls and saying thank you. So let's thank all the people that loved us in our addiction and have loved us in our recovery, because that is such a huge thing. Huge thing. So we're going to step into Jordan's story here in just a second, but please share this post somewhere. And the reality is that not everyone's on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, right? Some people just don't do social media, but they need to hear these messages and they're on the internet, right? So I need to quit saying the word right. I started doing that recently and it really annoys me every time I say it. But here, let's see. What's Sam doing real quick? Hey, Sam, what are you doing down there? I got to make sure he's not eating anything. I think he's eating something. Hey, Sam, come here. Sam, hold on a second. He's eating one of my pats. All right, you can probably hear me. Hold on, I'm coming back. Sam, come here. Hey, stop destroying the office. Come here. Come here, Sam. Oh yeah, here we go. Come here. Here we go. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Sorry about that little delay there. This is life happening in real time. So please share this post. I'm gonna pull up Jordan's story. You can enjoy that. It's about 12 minutes long and really awesome. So Jordan, thanks for stepping in. And this is great. This is one of those year sobriety, year or two sobriety stories. And that's what we need to hear. We need reminders. I need reminders. And it is definitely good stuff. So here comes Jordan, and enjoy the show. Enjoy the story. And I'll be back on after that. All right, here we go with another recovery story for the swimforrecovery.com month in September. And Jordan Raichart is with me today, and I'm really excited to answer the call. And just I threw that out on Facebook and said, "Hey, who wants to share their story?" And this is our first time meeting, so welcome to just kind of sharing your story, Jordan. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you got. So, what is your sobriety date?
It's 10/16, 2021.
All right.
So I'm coming up on a year soon.
Yeah, cool. How's that feel?
Very exciting. It's amazing because I never made it past 6 months, and I was in and out of treatment since like 2019. So
Okay.
I was in a bad cycle of, going into residential treatments and then relapse. So relapse is definitely part of my story.
Yeah. And what were you recovering from? What was your drug of choice or drugs of choices?
Just alcohol.
All right. Straight up
Yep.
alcohol.
Mhm.
Well, you don't hear that a lot these days, right? It's usually like the
Yeah.
cornucopia of stuff. So,
Yeah, a lot of people say that. It was just alcohol for me. Just
all
pure
right.
alcoholic.
Cool. Good enough. Good enough on there. And then you're in what city and state?
I'm in Orange County. Right now I live in Dana Point, California.
All right. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, as you kind of mentioned it, kind of like the pre questions, and you answered like you were the kind of the recycler kind of through recovery and stuff. But before we get to that, kind of stepping into recovery, what was kind of like your life growing up, and when did substances and why do you feel like substances entered the picture?
I grew up seeing my parents drink every night. They were not happy in their marriage, and obviously I don't blame them for my drinking, but I did think it was kind of normal to drink every night. Um, and the first time I drank was purely out of curiosity of like, what is this thing that my parents drink every night? Why does it make them kind of like silly and fun? Um, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it because I felt confident. I felt comfortable in my skin. I could talk to anyone. And I was a very shy, anxious person. So alcohol was just like the best solution at the time. And I didn't think that it was a problem at all, that I just immediately started taking it to school, etc. I thought it was normal, which is so bizarre. But I grew up going to a private Christian school. I was very like naive and secluded and didn't really see the real world until I got into high school. And that's when I started drinking a lot.
Yeah. So high school was kind of when it sort of took its hold on you.
Yeah. And then I also had a traumatic experience where a boy I was with got hit by a car and died after he snuck out to see me one night. So after that, I really started drinking to numb some feelings. So I think that's when it really took a turn, and I started drinking for um, just numbing emotions and feelings.
Yeah. Well, sorry you had to go through that. That is pretty traumatic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And while you're you mentioned you went to a Christian school. So, I grew up a Christian and I kind of went off my own little rabbit trail, right? And I was the guy that
Hmm.
brought like flasks on the Young Life ski trips and things. But what was it like for you? I don't know if you were deep in your faith at that time, but what was it like kind of going to a Christian school and maybe not living, we'll just put quotes around this, the Christian life, if you will?
um, I was very religious until about eighth grade. I felt like when I started drinking, I did feel guilty when I started realizing that it wasn't good for me. But when I really noticed I had a problem, which was probably like sophomore year, when I started feeling like physical withdrawals, I was angry with God. I was really confused. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I just would yell at God, like, why did you make me like this? So I definitely strayed away from my faith for a while, but through recovery and the program, it's definitely made me a lot stronger in my faith. I wouldn't say like I'm not very strict with um, all the rules and stuff that I was taught as a child. Like I used to think, you do this and you're going to hell. So I was a very fearful child because they ingrained that in my brain. So I kind of just think of my relationship with God.
Yeah.
It's more personal to me now and not so strict.
Yeah, amen to that. And that's the way it should be. Just throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
It's a relationship, and that's what it is. But along the way, obviously, drugs alcohol really took more of a hold on you because you had the need to go to treatment. So, what was it like, kind of at the end of your drinking, say, entering the first facility you went to?
The first facility, that was not really my choice. My boyfriend at the time gave me an ultimatum, like you go to treatment or we're done. I went to treatment. He dumped me anyways. Um, and that broke me, and I just I didn't mind being sober after that. I'd get 3 months here, 4 months here. Um, I definitely knew I had a problem, but I was more forced by my family to go back into treatment so many times. And it wasn't until I got a DUI that was like my real first consequence that I had, um, that I really went to treatment for the first time by choice and like really wanted it for myself. I wasn't ready the first 5 times I went. I kind of just went along with it. I was great at treatment, did everything I needed to do, but in the end, I didn't want it for myself yet, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, and did it stick after that?
This last time, yeah, it. I talked to my mom today. Actually, it's almost been a year since I was in a jail cell for the first time, completely hopeless, and was just like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna get out of this self sabotage cycle. And I didn't want to be alive anymore. And somehow I ended up here, not even a year later. I'm living in Dana Point, right by the beach. I have an amazing job in treatment. Before I got this job, I worked as a tech, which was an amazing experience helping other people. I think that was a huge game changer for my sobriety too, just giving back and helping others and, sharing my experience, strength, and hope.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Just it takes what it takes, right? Sometimes it
Yeah.
takes one time, and sometimes it takes 10 or 15. It takes jail, prison, whatever. But here you are, which is totally awesome. So congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
yeah, so what do you do now? Just kind of like a year down the road to kind of maintain your hope, sobriety, stability.
Well, I work with a sponsor. I do the 12 steps. I go to meetings. I love meetings. We have a lot down here in Orange County. It's a very big fellowship down here. Um, I do think personally, like, there's other ways to recover. They got like refuge meetings and stuff like that, because some people come in very like against AA. But I think the most important part of the program is the fellowship, knowing you're not alone, knowing that there's others that can help you that have been through the exact same thing. That's been the most important for me, I would say.
Yeah.
But obviously, the 12 steps are very important. To me personally, that's what's worked. And even though it didn't work the first time, it only works if you work it, like they say, you know.
Yeah,
And
totally. So what are some fun things you do in recovery? Like, what are some cool things you do out in California that says, man, this is what life's really all about, having fun in recovery.
I have a lot of moments in recovery that it's hard to explain. There's little moments like just driving in the car, listening to a good song, and having just a moment of gratitude that almost brings me to tears, where I just realize where I'm at and how I got here. And I just like thank God, you know, like I don't know how I got here. I just put one foot in front of the other, and I'm just so grateful. But fun things, more so like going to the beach is my favorite thing. That's my happy place. And I'm very blessed to live in California, right by the beach. So that's where I feel most alive in a sense. Just like taking a swim. Like the other week, it started raining randomly, and I went swimming, and it was just like the most euphoric experience. It almost felt like I was in Hawaii. I'm like, you know, this is what life's about. I was with my friends that are in the program as well. And it was a really cool moment. And we also do things like beach volleyball. There's a lot of fun things to do with people in the program down here. They never want you to be bored, so they always have things going on.
That's huge, because that's what people think, right? I'm gonna get sober and
Yeah.
life's gonna suck and it's gonna be boring. And like, it
Yeah.
can be if you let it be, but it sounds like you've taken advantage of that stuff. So what would you say to kind of the person watching right now and they're just on that bubble thinking, I might want to dip my toe and try this recovery thing out, but I think I'm gonna go out and get drunk tonight.
It never gets better. You know, our mind plays so many tricks on us, and it's crazy the rabbit hole that we go down trying to convince ourselves that it's a good idea. um, I think when I would go that way in the past and end up relapsing, I knew it was going to end up bad, but I didn't care, you know. And what changed for me this time was like I I felt like I deserved sobriety this time around. So that thought doesn't come around as much. So I think something that's really important for people to start to think like that is like, do I think I deserve sobriety? Because I know that that route is not going to work out for me, and it's just going to put me in a worse position. And I feel like when I go to meetings sometimes, that's something that AA lacks sometimes. I think we could be very hard on ourselves, and I think we need to remember to give ourselves a break. Like, we're trying to be a better person, and we're not the person we are in addiction. You know, we don't like that person. We don't want to be that person. We can be better. And we're not bad people. We just have a really shitty disease that makes us do a lot of bad things, you know?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Well, I'm grateful to have kind of you met you through the social media channels, and look forward to connecting on a professional level too on the things that y'all are doing out in California, which is really awesome, and just trying to get people pointing in the right direction. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing your story on swimforrecovery.com, and hopefully people found some inspiration. Put some comments in there, y'all. Depending on how this video kind of hits you, share it. And Jordan, you're awesome. Keep up the good work, and happy early birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yep,
Appreciate
got
it.
it. Yep. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, there we are. Another story. Jordan, hey, thanks so much for sharing your story with us and all the viewers and listeners and everything. So it's inspiring to hear someone's story that may connect with you and may not connect with you, but the reality is it's going to connect with somebody. So when you look at swimforrecovery.com, by the end of this month, we'll have 30 stories that people can watch, listen to, share. And I just want to encourage you to share this on your page. And I can't say that enough. And the other thing too is that a lot of people aren't on social media. So if you just text them swimforrecovery.com. They can go to that page and they can watch the videos and all those things. Okay, yeah. Somebody were saying there was a volume short. The volume was low on this, and I'm also realizing that the connection is low in my house as well right now for some reason. So I'm going to reach out to good old what do you call that thing? Comcast and see what the heck's going on here. But thanks for that, Andre. I appreciate it, man. And we'll see what's going on with the volume. No one said anything about the other one so far, so I'll look into that because that's what I do. But hey, thanks so much for being a part of this. And please, again, let people know. Again, we're on YouTube, so you can grab the YouTube link. You can grab the Facebook link, send them off to your friends. But really, just text swimforrecovery.com. Encourage people to get involved. So far this month, it's day 4. So I've swum 4 miles. That's 268 laps. And we've raised about $1,800. So if you want to support it, just go to swimforrecovery.com. You can literally just go on there, scroll down, watch the stories again if you want to, and just click on the support. It helps not only the reason why we're raising awareness and support this month is to help people that really can't afford certain things. Some people can't afford sober living and therapy and counseling, and if people need those, and they reach out to me, and we have a good vetting process to make sure that it's legit and they really need that help, then we'll figure out a way to help them. And then also just to support all we do through From the Rut with the podcast, things like this, other advocacy things that go on, and just to really help spread the word. And it's really cool sometimes when I'm at the grocery store and someone comes up and they say, "Hey, Rob, are you Rob Lohman?" I say, "Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name." And they'll tell me, "No, we're friends on Facebook, and thanks for posting what you post." So those things are really kind of cool. So that's it for now. Hey, have a great Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, sorry. And don't forget that this weekend, if you want to grab a copy of the Addiction Intervention book, this is my new book, which is changing lives all over the country, which is pretty cool. It's all about interventions and how to help a loved one. You can go pick one up at addictioninterventionbook.com, but it's also available online on Amazon, especially this weekend. It's half off. So go grab yourself a copy today. Check it out. If you're a Kindle person, there's a Kindle version as well. But I'm a paperback kind of guy. I love it. So that's it for now. Hey, thanks for all the support and encouragement, y'all. Have a great weekend. And I'll go figure out that volume thing. All right. All right. Sound good? Cool. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.